Hi. Hi everyone, happy Monday. I'm back in my workshop and since Friday it feels like, I don't know, a lot of time has passed. But not much has changed honestly. I finished the structure of this ring. It's now completed. I gave it a first like pre-polish. I don't know if you can see it because that camera is quite shitty honestly. But I didn't want to put I couldn't buy all of the cameras, the best quality cameras in the world. So it is what it is for now at least. So this is what it looks like. This is in the shape of a belly because it's a ring for a pregnancy, but I'll tell you everything about it once I actually give it to my client. But this is what it looks like on the hand. So basically, actually I put it the other way around. It is my size, but it's not made for me. So you can see the stone only from if you're the person wearing it. And that's the very special aspect of it. I have to put one diamond here in the middle. And so I'm going to put this in Thermalock in like a minute and make it ready to set the diamond, and then after that I'm going to set the tourmaline. I'm not going to do it live just because I need to use my microscope, which is over there. You can see in the camera that's on my back. It's over there and it will completely obscure the three cameras that I have here, so I'll have to change that. I'll think about it. So today I wanted to talk about time, because time obviously is a very precious thing. It's precious for everyone, it's limited for everyone. We all know those things, but I think that as an artist or an artisan there is a lot of pressure into being quicker, but also in the amount of time that you put into stuff, because the more time you put into stuff, usually it means better quality and it means that the piece is more special. And time is such a key element to an artist or an artisan's work. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I also wanted to talk about how wonderful it is to have a job that lets you slow down in this day and age where everything is just so quick and instant, and we're used that if we want, I don't know, this pen, we order it and after 2 minutes we have it. This job is, and being an artisan is the opposite of that. It's literally the opposite. It's thinking about something, then thinking about it more, then ordering the stuff that you need to make that thing, then it's actually designing, doing the project, and then ordering the stuff that you need to do it, then start doing it, changing it along the way probably. Just like, not very much, but a little bit, and will change along the way. And then it's starting to create it and hoping that you did everything right, and you trust the process and that it will look amazing at the end. And then there is this magic moment when you put everything together and you finally realize what you actually did. And that moment is like, that moment is amazing. It's like the biggest satisfaction for me. I know people are going to tell me that maybe that's weird, but I don't really care about it. This is amazing. This is an amazing sensation, so I'm just going to cherish it and be happy about it, you know? So I'm going to put this into Thermalock. I could put it into a ring holder. I have those as well somewhere here, I think. Actually, right here. This is a ring holder. So you basically put the ring on one of these plastic thingies. It's going to be too big. It's going to be too small. It's like Goldilocks. It's actually still too big. But anyway, I have to find a smaller one. This is too small, but whatever. So you put this in, and then you put it in there, and it will hold the ring. But because this ring is open here and has this round part. I'd rather put it in Thermalock. I just like it. It's just a personal preference. If I had to use it, if I had to do like fishtail setting, which is a specific kind of design that you do in the setting, and you have to work on the side of the ring as well, and usually you do it when you have eternity rings, so rings that have gemstones all around the shank, then I would use one of those because it's easier. You know, you can like turn it and you don't have to change it all the time. But since it's just one diamond here, and then I'm going to use Thermalock anyways to put the tourmaline in, I'm just using Thermalock. Thermalock, I think it's amazing. It's like playing with Play-Doh but for an adult. And also, I must admit, it gets really warm. I have to get my heat gun, which is over here. I'm happy that you can't see where I'm at the moment, because there is an amount of like stuff in this place that you can't imagine. But anyway, this is my heat gun. I could also put it just in boiling water, but it's just quicker in my opinion with a heat gun. I have to be careful. I got burnt a little bit. But you know, this happens. This really happens. I hope you can hear my voice. I'll try to put the microphone closer to me, so hopefully this won't be like too loud. I'll make it quick, I promise. So this is Thermalock, and it's reusable as many times as you like. You will use it a little bit, just because sometimes you drill into it or you file around it, or some bits are just too small to be reused. It gets softer, and then you can move it around with your fingers. It will take a bit because it's a bit cold now, so that's cold as well. But yeah, I really like Thermalock. Anyway, I've been thinking about time, mostly because I'm worried that what I do can be boring, because we're all used to very, very quick entertainment all the time, and I don't think we really understand the time it takes to create stuff. Even things that took maybe 4,000 hours to create, you know, things that took years, they're still condensed in like 30-second reel, and then maybe a 5-minute video if we're lucky and we get a lot of perspective and a lot of shots. And a 5-minute video on manufacturing something is going to be probably considered long. So, and since this is what I do all day, every day, and this is what I like doing, and one of the things that I adore is the fact that I can take my time, and I have to take my time, because if I rush into things, they're not going to look good at the end. It's going to be rushed. It's going to be not going to be like, it's not going to have the same harmony, because I won't see the same amount of details and all of that. So I hope the audio is not terrible today. I'm sorry. Didn't think about it. So I need to do it more slowly. I just need to do it, because otherwise my work won't have the same quality, and also I won't enjoy my work as much, which I think is important. Because this is not what I want to do for like the next year or so. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and I don't want to burn out, but also I don't want to stop enjoying it, because it's really hard to find a job that you thoroughly enjoy and that it's your passion. So I know that I'm really lucky, and I'm not just going to throw it away because I need to be quicker. I know that's a privilege. I understand that's a privilege, but I'm not going to throw that away. And so I'm going to be slow and steady, and I hope that showing you what it's like to be in a workshop, and you can see just how long it takes to just heat this up, right? I'm not doing this more slowly or more quickly just because I'm live. I got a bit of wood there. And this is something, I mean, I can rush into it if I need to, But I'd rather stay here like 2 hours more than to rush into it. Honestly, that's just how I personally work, how I prefer to work. But I hope that seeing how it truly is gonna, I don't know, make more people understand what this job is really like, and what being an artisan is really like, and the time, the patience, even the tenderness to a certain extent that goes into this. And maybe treat those 30-second, 1 minute, 5-minute videos with another perspective, because there were hundreds, even thousands sometimes of hours behind these projects. And even when they're done by big companies that, I mean, I'm talking about like the high-end pieces of big companies, the luxury pieces, which are sometimes still made by hand, not always. But when those are made by hand, the biggest difference is that I do everything by myself, so the hours are just mine. But those pieces have thousands of artisans' hours behind them to be created, like thousands. And I think it's very sad that they are reduced to a product that supposedly it has more worth than, I don't know, something that's machine made, but it's not. I don't think it's really appreciated how much time was put into each one of these pieces. So yeah, I think it would actually be a good idea if we all like slowed down a bit, be a bit less greedy, a bit more peaceful. And regarding work, I mean, obviously, if I wasn't talking with you now, I would be working on this. It needs to cool down a bit, but I still would be doing other stuff. I wouldn't just stay here and think. But I want to emphasize how slow being an artisan is, because I think this time is just so important. And also because to me it's a bit like meditating. It's taking the time to do stuff, whatever it is. Even I feel when you're taking the time to clean your house, or to go to the gym, or to meditate, or to read a book, or to watch a movie, but you're actively taking time to do something, not rushing into it, just taking the time and doing it with concentration and focus, not thinking, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that, you know. Slowing down your mind and concentrating on that task, whatever that task is, I think it's really good for, personally, my mental health. I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it works that way. So having a job that is slow and still, because it's, in some things are really difficult. Not everything in this job is really, really difficult, but I'm still working with gold, which is very expensive. I'm working with gemstones, which are hard, but they can break. They did break. I still need to be very, very focused while I work, and having, you know, complete focus on something, I think it helps. It's the opposite of what social media is doing to our brains. It's like the exact opposite. And I think it's very healthy, at least for my brain. And I'm actually, to be completely honest, I'm so addicted to social media, even if I don't feel like I spend that much time on social media. But you know that feeling when you're not doing anything, you have your phone there and you just feel like grabbing it and opening a social media something, or just your emails or something, just because you feel like you need to do it. And I do feel that I try to block it because I don't like it about me, but I do have it. And because of that, I always kind of need to be entertained. So one of the things that I learned to do is to listen to audiobooks. And no, there's not an affiliated link for Audible or anything else. I usually try to find what's the name? I can't remember it. Anyway, free books on whatever website I find them. I do have an Audible, what's it called? I do pay Audible every month. I thought there were going to be many more free audios on the Audible website. There aren't that many, so I'm thinking about keeping my subscription or not. So anyway, but I listen to whatever is on. I listen to videos on YouTube. I listen to the news, some podcasts, and some. But I feel like audiobooks are the best thing because there is a story and I get involved in the story, then I don't want to stop working because I want to know what's going to happen in the story. And so like my mind is really focused on my job, but it's also somewhere else in a way. And I think that's what I was saying, is that I think that's social media's fault because I need to be entertained all the time, but I thank them because I really enjoy listening to audiobooks while I work. I can do it only if I'm doing a certain kind of work. I can't do it all the time. Like if I'm doing a really hard setting, I won't listen to anything because I need to be like 100% concentrated. Or also if I'm designing and if I need to decide like what kind of alloy I'm going to use because it's stronger, weaker, all of that, then I need to like have my mind there. If I'm doing any kind of mechanism, 100% focused. But when I'm doing a repetitive job like setting pavette stones or pavette, I think this was one of the, I think I did this while I was in a school. You can see there are some gemstones there, and it was they taught me how to do this pavette setting, which is just small gemstones, one close to the other. So when I do these kind of things, that I have to cut all the metal and create basically all the little small beads of metal that are going to be pushed over the stone so that it holds the stone in place. So when I'm doing that, it's very repetitive. I can listen to audiobooks and I absolutely love it. And I love the idea of just staying there and not even looking somewhere else and giving myself time to just do what I have to do in complete relaxation, I want to say. It's not relaxing because it's something hard to do, but you know when you don't have the rush to finish something, you're just giving yourself time to do it. And I think that's what's amazing about this job, but I also think that that's what's not recognized about this job. Now I'm deciding where I'm going to put this diamond, which is going to represent basically the belly button, but since this is not a symmetric kind of design, I'm doing everything by hand, just looking at it and deciding, because you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but this is shaped a bit like a belly, so it's not like perfectly, I don't know if I can draw here, but it's not a perfect like half round. It's a bit like straighter at the bottom and a bit softer at the top. It's a bit shaped like that because I think that's how, you know, pregnant stomachs are. They're not perfect on the two sides, so this is the same thing. And you know, the belly button is going to be somewhere here. Still have to put my apron back together. I will do it hopefully tomorrow. If you don't see me with it tomorrow, you'll know why, because I procrastinated. It's going to be there in the middle. So there's where I'm going to put my teeny tiny diamond or belly button diamond. It's one of my diamonds that come from South Africa and is found on the ocean floor, so it has a wonderful story behind it. It's also not mine, so it has a lower carbon footprint, so it's a win-win situation. I love them. I hope they'll continue because it's obviously more expensive, and the jewelry business is not going as a whole as strong as it should or as it did, so there are a lot of small companies or smallish, medium-sized companies that are closing down. And so, I hope they don't. They shouldn't. They didn't tell me anything about it, and I know them quite well, so hopefully that's not going to happen. But yeah, I'm just going to mark where the point is, because the rest I'm going to do it under the microscope, where I'm obviously going to be more precise because it's a microscope. I can just see much better. So this way I know where I'm going to drill the hole. I'm turning it around because obviously you look at it not from like perfectly above, so if you turn it around you have less chance of having it like skewed on one side. So there it is, perfect. And then I'm gonna put it in my GRS. I know I'm not sponsored by them again. Actually, GRS is the only company I would love to be sponsored by in like another life, because they do some of the best tools and they have amazing courses that are like super expensive and on the other side of the world, because they are in America and I can't afford the time and the money at the moment. So, it's a wish I will do in maybe a couple of years. I'll focus on the European ones, or the ones I can afford for now, so that's fine. But GRS does some, they're quite expensive, but they do some of the best, if not the best, tools for jewelry and goldsmithing. And one of the things that I really like about the setup is that I can change that. Like now I'm gonna move this because I don't need it, because it's gonna be in the middle, like, because you can see the bowl is here. So, and when we think about jobs, I think we have, at least people from my generation, we've been brought up with the idea of like the girl boss and the manager that goes around New York City with a bag in their hands and it's rushing from one place to the other, and is doing like Andy and the Devil Wears Prada, and they have to do these incredible things all the time. They're rushing everywhere. And so I've been brought up with that idea. That's what I thought I was going to, not what I was going to do, but the way I was going to do it. I was going to do it. And I don't want to become like a, cottage girl / try to wife kind of person who stays home and cooks. And I mean, that's, if you want to do it and you can do it, that's absolutely fine with me. It's just that I don't want it for myself, because I want to work. I love working. It's I love it. It's my passion. I want to do it, and I want it to be a job, because I want to have economic freedom. I want to be independent, and I want to rely on myself for my life. It's not that I don't want other people who can help me, but I don't want to be dependent on anybody else. Even if I love them and they love me and they're the most incredible people in the world, I still want to be independent. So I absolutely want to work, and having the privilege of having a work where you're taking your time and doing things slowly, and having the time of loving what you're doing and cherishing it. It's so special. I'm literally the only person I know in my group of like friends and family who gets to do this with my time. And it's such a privilege. It's so important. And I mean, not everybody can be as lucky as me. I know. I'm really privileged. Again, I know. But I do think that we can all take some time to donate to ourselves. And I don't think it needs to be like going to the gym or doing something hard and difficult and grinding. It can also be something soft and light and without any kind of end goal, except from feeling good and doing something that makes you feel happy about it, I hope this makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to show you how the setup works once I put my microscope in. So you probably won't see me. So I'm going to say hi, bye if you don't see me again. I'm going to turn this out because I need to start setting this little baby here. And now I'm going to bring my microscope over. Ta-da! This is my baby. Her name is Lola. I love her. She's my baby microscope. And see, you can't see anything at all now because there is a microscope here, so there's no point in me like showing you what I'm doing because you can't see my hands, you can't see my work, you can't see me, so what's the point? So I'm gonna set this diamond and I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and I hope you're gonna take some time for yourself and to try to create something with your hands. It can be literally anything. I'm sorry that this is weird now, but it can be literally anything. You can play with Play-Doh, do some paper mache, do some paper. I would love to learn how to do like recycled paper. My mum taught me actually when I was a kid, but I've never done it. I haven't done it since I was like 6 or 7. I'd like to do that again. Yeah, Play-Doh, whatever. What's it called? Sorry, I've been talking Italian a lot today, so my English brain is not working really well. Like in embroidery, there are so many, sculpting. Just take 15 minutes for yourself and give you the time to do it. Just take the time for you because it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And I know because I take it every day, unless I have some very quick orders that I need to make straight away. In that case, I'm gonna rush and run everywhere, and it's not as nice. So don't do that. If you can avoid it, don't do that. And anyway, I'm gonna go and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.